What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over talking about the updated auction house with the super packs being opened in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM. Obviously, super packs, you guys can see the odds of what they are like. Still not great. Obviously, packs are never worth it in my opinion, but where the market does lie after it. Now, you guys can see the players featured in the super packs are the guys that you guys do see here. And you guys can see all of their dark matters, all of the galaxy opals in there, all the way down to the pink diamonds of the world as well. So, a ton of different cards, obviously, that you guys can pull that should overall drop some prices down. So like a guy that I just saw was featured in these super packs was Pink Diamond Ron Artest. So go and look at the price of Ron Artest. His price probably is down a little bit from what it has been in the past. And obviously it must be glitched or something because I couldn't exactly search for him. But his price should be cheaper today than it has been in the past. And again, I don't exactly know, what the price of Ron Artest should be that you guys target. But again, the fact that you can get this card, who I think is an absolute stud, for 8,000 coins, I personally do think is a solid pickup. A lot of people think the same thing, like Pink Diamond Victor Wembanyama today should be somewhat affordable. So like this one obviously is really souped up. You get those 3 legend with 25 Hall of Famers. It doesn't seem crazy overpriced, but I just want you guys to see all of the Victor Wembanyamas that are in these super packs, guys. This is one of the most common pulls out there. And you guys are seeing a lot of these are the new ones. Everyone you see with 11 golds and 9 Hall of Famers is a new Victor Wembanyama. So the price of Wemby should go down a ton today. Now, again, how much should you look to pay for him? That is a separate discussion, but there are a ton of him obviously up that you guys can maximize on. And that's really what I would look for, is look for the guys that are being pulled quite a bit. A lot of the Galaxy Opals, a lot of the Pink Diamonds could lose a lot of value, especially the good pink diamonds, like a Dr. J, a Julius Erving, a guy like Hakeem Olajuwon, Joel Embiid. These are pink diamonds that are, again, flying out of packs that today probably will go down a ton in price. You guys can see all of the Dr. J's with 19 golds and 11 Hall of Famers are new Julius Ervings that are being pulled and put up on the auction house today. These guys are brand new. A ton of Dr. J's being pulled, a ton of Victor Wembanyamas, which in turn is going to drive the overall market down, guys. It's one of the main reasons last week I did go through and decide to sell my Victor Wembanyama, my Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, is because I didn't want their prices to go down at all. I sold my basically slightly souped Kareem for 2.5. I sold my pretty gas Victor Wembanyama for a solid amount as well, and I'm glad I did. Obviously, again, when it comes to buying these cards back, sure, I'm gonna have to spend a lot of coins once again, but I am glad I did that. Ultimately, though, guys, I think the main cards that you guys are looking as far as price wise that are gonna go down are these pink diamonds. Even a guy like Khalil Ware, since he is a pink diamond, is being pulled quite a bit today. So if you've held off on getting Khalil Ware, well, guess what? His price went from nearly 50,000 coins from a couple of days ago all the way down to 40,000 coins today. Not only because of the super packs, obviously, again, more and more are being pulled, but is, part of the reason he is cheaper. A guy like Pink Diamond Devin Booker, another card I really do like. A lot of base D-Books are flying out of packs today. Guess what? You can get a Devin Booker, one of the easiest cards to use in all of the game, for super cheap. This Devin Booker is fully badged with a shoe for 22,000 MT. These are the types of things that I would look at if I were you guys today. Obviously, again, Dark Matters, Galaxy Opals, 100 overalls, that's a separate discussion. But any of these pink diamonds that you guys see here in packs that you guys like probably are losing a lot of value week in, week out. Even a Pink Diamond LeBron James, another card that I really do like, but there's a lot of base bronze being pulled. Again, every bronze with 17 gold, 5 Hall of Famer are new LeBron Jameses, and the craziest thing ever is LeBron James is now a buyout. These are what you guys need to be targeting, right? And looking at. Obviously, again, for me, LeBron James, I'm going to want one that is, somewhat souped up. But the fact that he is a buyout on this game is ridiculous. I don't think you guys truly realize how ridiculous it is that LeBron James is now a buyout on this game. Like, again, he's still one of the best small forwards, in my opinion, on the entire game. You could do the same thing for a lot of these different options that you guys might like and might want to use, maybe haven't gotten the chance to use, even like a pink diamond Zach Edey, a diamond Jaren Jackson Jr. The long list of guys that I absolutely love to use, that I've used for a while, that are still really good on this game, are super cheap and super affordable. So each and every Tuesday, these cards are going to continue to go down in price. And like I've kind of mentioned before, it's no, like, again, yeah, they can always go down a little bit more, but I think today is obviously a really solid day to buy a lot of these cards. Like I mentioned with Zach Edey, you might want to find one that is badged up, but if you can find a badged up Zach Edey for 20,000 MT, like, he is a stud at the center position. Is he perfect? No. The card's a stud. I've already mentioned Diamond Jared, Diamond Paulo as well. Probably today will go down a ton. So again, I know a lot of people, like using new cards, are fascinated by the new cards that are released, but don't sleep on these older diamond cards that are being pulled at a crazy rate, that are just continuing to get cheaper and cheaper. Like I've mentioned Jaren Jackson Jr. a ton of times before. You can get him for 7,000 coins on this game. Let that sink into you guys. 7,000 coins can get you one of the best budget bigs that has been so reliable for so long. So these are the things that I would really look at if I were you guys. Obviously, again, the really expensive cards, the Dark Matters, the 100 overalls, are they going to go down a little today? I mean, maybe, right? They still might slightly go down today, but overall, they're still going to be relatively high. Hakeem, Dr. J, these are cards that, yes, they're good, but they're still going to be relatively high in price, so be pretty careful if you do obviously go to buy them. But as far as a lot of these other cards, it is a great opportunity for you guys to maximize your squads today, and and try to take advantage of where the auction house truly is at. So that's just kind of where I'm at. Again, I still think like Pink Diamonds, Galaxy Opals is probably your best value. Obviously, again, Dark Matters haven't really gotten that much cheaper. 100 overalls. Are there some being pulled? I mean, you guys can see not many. Are there any being pulled out of super packs? Maybe, but if there are, it's not very many of them. Like max 2. So again, it's kind of sad that 100 overalls are what they are. It's kind of sad that Dark Matters are what they are. But we got to realize as a community, that's how 2K is making their money, man. They're making money off of people who really want to pull the 100 overalls that just aren't going to do it, right? And so if I'm you guys, and I'm taking advantage of all of the super cheap pink diamonds, think about it like this, guys. You could make a lineup, and I'm just going to go through and look at some of these cards and talk about them. You could make a lineup for super cheap. Let me get to pink diamonds. You can make a lineup. I got to think of a good pink diamond point guard here. It's like Drew Holiday in here. You could go like Drew Holiday, Ron Artest. I'm trying to think of a budget small forward. Jonathan Bender's price probably is going to go down a ton today. Bender at the 3, you could go whoever you wanted at the 4. I'm just trying to Giannis, or you want a cheaper option. You could go. I'm just continuing to scroll down to try to find a really Khalil Ware's 40,000 center. You could go KP, Pink Diamond KP, who's went down a ton, and obviously like a Stephon Castle's price is gonna continue to go down. Like there's just so many different options. Genuinely, at that Pink Diamond tier, there's so many different options. So that's the one thing, again, that I really like about these, content drops is sure, super packs are annoying, but guess what? There are so many different options for super cheap that you guys can now pick up and go crazy with. And that's just the way it is. Even, a Michael Beasley card. I don't know exactly what Beasley's price is, but he's one of the best offensive cards in the game. And guess what? He is getting super common. There's a ton of Michael Beasleys being pulled. So over the course of today into tonight, we should see the market continue to trend downward, continue to be a good buying opportunity. As far as like for the really expensive cards, so like if you're like me and sitting on a bunch of MT, is it a good time to buy? I mean, I think it's a decent time to buy, but I still would be relatively patient, right? So like if you want, let's say for me, am I going to play in King of the Court this weekend? I don't know yet. But if I do, eventually I'm going to want to slightly build my team back up. But it's all just about picking up the cards you want to pick up. So for me, kind of do want a Victor Wembanyama back on my squad. And so if I pick him up, obviously you're going to look for the right one. Same thing with LeBron James. Sure, I mean, the Pink Diamond LeBron I think is just as good, but maybe I go look for the Galaxy Opal Brown who's slightly better, or maybe I do just buy the Pink Diamond Brown and try to find a souped up one to replace Jason Tatum, who honestly, I don't really think Jason Tatum's that great. So that's another avenue you could go down. But there are just so many different things that you guys can look to do right now. And I think that's what really makes this game a whole lot of fun right now. Dr. J, Paul George, like the list of really good pink diamonds goes on and is so deep that, again, it's preference based, but use the cards you personally want to use. So that's kind of my biggest piece of advice for you guys. The market isn't a great buyer's opportunity. Great time to take advantage of it. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.